Hello, I'm Professor Neeta Mathur, and in this video we will talk about what happens once the interview is over, that is after the job interview has taken place. Now there are few things which we need to keep in mind once the interview process is over. First of all, keep all in the loop, then of course get connected, set additional targets and visualize a great career. I'll elaborate on all of these points one by one. First of all, I said let's keep everybody in the loop. There are so many people involved to arrange that one job interview for you. I can understand your campus would be organizing various interviews where they'll be inviting the corporate sector, they will be inviting organizations and arranging those interviews for all the students, right? But then once that interview is over, as a student you need to be keeping everybody, those who were involved, in the loop that how this process went for you, what was the kind of parting remarks, what did they say in that particular thing. Definitely your placement cell also will be in touch with you, but as a person who is active, who is greatly involved in that process, please do keep everybody in the loop. Whosoever was connected with you, whosoever was trying to organize that process for you, it is your responsibility to inform them how the process went and also what happened during that process and what do you expect after that process. So that becomes your duty, your responsibility. That's the first thing after your interview is over. The next thing I said was getting connected. Now getting connected means definitely you would be having some knowledge. If not, then do find out who was the person who was there on that particular panel. From what company, was it an HR person, was it the line manager? And my suggestion would be look that person up in various social medias, websites. Most commonly used is the LinkedIn. Have a strong LinkedIn profile of yours and try and get connected with that person. Send an invite to that person, maybe writing 1 or 2 lines thanking him for the time he has invested you. Right after the interview, the same day once your process is over, you might want to send a connection or a request or an invitation for that person to join your LinkedIn network. Now there is a very, I would say, fine line. Do not stalk that person. If the person accepts your request, good enough. Otherwise, move on. But definitely, if it is allowed and you have the access to the email ID of the person, you might want to send a very crisp thank you note as well. But as it is a campus kind of placement process we follow at IBS, so that might not be a very, I would say, good way or ideal way of connecting through email. But if you are applying through outside sources, then that would be the best thing. Once your interview has been over, the process is over, maybe you want to follow up, maybe wait for a day or so and then send a thank you note so that the person is reminded of you, and if there is something positive coming, the person might want to get in touch with you back. Setting additional targets. Now why do we talk about such thing? See, we are definitely going in with our full confidence that we are going to crack the interview when we attend any interview. We definitely hope for making it possible, making it a success, that we get that job where we are going for an interview. But then let's face the facts. What if? We do need to have a plan B kind of thing. So if we should not be kind of focusing, or let's say if I can put it in a way that we should not be putting all eggs in one basket. So definitely your campus would be providing you, and we are confident that you will be getting a job through your campus. But just in case, who's stopping you to take the initiative to apply from other sources as well? There are so many online portals available, right from LinkedIn to Naukri.com to Monster.com, to name a few. So try and update your profile, update your CV out there and see what kind of calls or shortlisting is available as far as your profile is concerned. That will not only give you confidence that you are worth that particular position in the market, Also, if there is a shortlisting for further interview, I would suggest, why not go for it? The campus is not barring you, so why not go outside in the open market, and if somebody is calling you, an organization or an individual or an entrepreneur invites you for a interview process, go ahead and take it, because it will not only give you that confidence but also give you that opportunity that you have another offer in hand which you can use to make a wiser choice or maybe negotiate better package. So always possible, while you are going through that interview process, there might be some mistakes, there might be some bloopers. So beyond your control at times, there are things which might happen. For example, your cell phone. I mean, it's a normal etiquette that you are expected to put your cell phones on silent mode or switch them off totally when you are going for an interview. But just let's imagine a scenario when you are all prepared, you've done really well before the interview, and you are confident that you are going to crack it in the first go itself, but there goes your mobile without realizing that you had not put it off or had not put it on vibration mode. So your phone rings. Now that might create something negative kind of impact on the interview panel, which is beyond your control. It's fine, you can always switch it off, you can ask, you can apologize and just keep the phone down without looking at who was calling and checking your messages or anything. So just take that second, switching the phone off, apologizing sincerely and moving on as if nothing has happened. That is one thing. But then you never know what kind of impact or what kind of turn the whole process takes because of that blooper. Then it might be possible that you had started from your home or wherever well in time, but due to something, it could be traffic, it could be a non-availability of the mode of transport or breaking down of that mode of transport, that you were not able to reach in time. So for that, again, do not get overly hyper or nervous. Simply call the concerned person, inform them beforehand your problem regarding reaching or not reaching on time, and apologize again when you have reached there and you are facing the interview panel. But again, as I said, you don't know how that whole thing can take shape and take turn, and the final outcome may be not what you were expecting. Then there could be a wardrobe malfunction as well, right? So you have I'm sorry, I've missed out that wardrobe malfunction. The malfunction thing is a typo error, but it could be beyond your control, that when you were waiting and having a sip of water or coffee and it just by chance spilled because of somebody else's fault, if I may say, or while coming on the way, there was something which was protruding out and your shirt or got ripped, something of that sort, or just a simple button, it just came out, which is something at such a last moment that you are not able to do much about it. Again, here you can use your humor and try and just accept it and explain in a very brief way what happened, and that's about it. Beyond that, you cannot do anything because it's on the last moment. But then again, as I said, you never know what kind of impression the person sitting on the other side might form about you. And then during the process, there might be a question which is asked and you totally misunderstand it. You just kind of start explaining something in your own way which was totally not directly related to the question being asked. So here again, you need to watch out the body language of the person who is asking the question. If you think the person is kind of getting confused or has that kind of expression which is not very comforting, you can always pause and check back with that person if you are going on the right track. And in case you are not, you can always start over again. So these are few things which might happen during the process and which might lead to a different result what was being expected by you, because you had prepared so well beforehand. But that is the reason we are saying and suggesting that always better to have few more, I would say, options available. As I said, campus would be providing you more options. If you are not able to clear one interview, there would be a next company coming. But then try and visualize a great career ahead of you and start taking action in that respect. You cannot just sit and wait for things to happen around you. For you, you have to believe it that a great future is awaiting somewhere, and you have to try and keep trying, and with a positive attitude. So all the very best. Hope you crack these placement interviews in the first go itself.